I'm standing in the Ruth Howard entry garden, which was the very first garden that we ever planted. Ruth was an artist in her own right, an avid supporter of the gardens. And so this garden reflects her artistry and plants that she enjoyed. She liked a mixture of hues, sizes, textures. So we have shown that in this garden we named after her. We have a beautiful purple and pink penstemon. Behind it, we have the tall, reaching white lavender. And the textures are so different, which makes the garden so much more interesting. Then we have a low white dwarf butterfly bush, and behind it, the happy orange rudbeckia that so many people enjoy in their own garden. I'm standing in our Jade Garden, which has a very special place in my heart because it's named after my mother, Joan Howard, who loved the shade. As you can see, these plants are robust and growing well, and so many of our visitors are absolutely amazed that this garden even exists because the summers in Walnut Creek are very, very hot and dry. But as you can see, we have camellias, we have deutzia, we have white gilia, we have the low-growing geranium with its beautiful pink coverage in the spring. And all of these plants do wonderfully. All you have to do is create the right environment. We have a pergola overhead and we have an inline drip system. You have those two things which are very doable for the home gardener. You can create a shade garden and plant any of those shade plants that you would really like to. I'm standing in the Diablo Ascent garden, which has a wonderful variety of plants, both native and Mediterranean. They get full sun and very little water, and many of them you will find on the slopes of Mount Diablo. This garden location was specifically chosen by the Humphreys family to honor their parents, Carol and Dick, who had a wonderful family ranch on the hillside of Mount Diablo. The Diablo Ascent Garden has a wonderful array of both trees and plants, many of which you will see on the slopes of Mount Diablo, and you may have in your own backyard. There's the red bark madrone, the towering live oak, the burberry with its purple-red foliage, and of course, don't forget the toyon with its red berries, which all of the robins love to feast on in the fall. A showpiece of this garden is the golden eagle sculpture, which the Humphreys had made in Colorado Springs and then brought here. You can almost feel the energy and power in his wings as he soars off to Mount Diablo to celebrate his freedom. Here we are in our children's garden, where our younger generation loves to come and explore, with tunnels and little hills and all sorts of things to run around. Fun fact, did you know that the gardens at Heather Farm was not named after the heather plant? In fact, we don't have any heather, it's the wrong climate. Instead, it was named after a horse, the most favorite horse that John Marshbank, who had owned all his property, had on his Arabian horse ranch. I'm standing in the Rockery, one of my most favorite gardens. Many people think that a garden has to be full of flowers and color, but this garden is a perfect example of why that's not true. Originally, this was an alpine rock garden, but it has evolved into a wonderful compilation of different sizes, textures, greens, variegated plants, evergreens, palms, and succulents. It is truly an amazing garden. Today in this video, I've shared with you just a few of the many exceptional gardens we have to offer. I encourage you to come and explore on your own. This is truly a place of learning and beauty and solace. Studies have shown that a connection to nature is incredibly important for the health and well-being of humankind. Thanks for being with us today. From the inception of the nonprofit organization in 1968 to the digging of our first garden in 1982, right up until today, we have been dependent on the generosity of the public. These gardens belong to you, they belong to me, they belong to the entire community and beyond. Please click on the link at the bottom of this website and consider giving generously to the gardens at Heather Farm. We need you.